Hello.
Hello,
We're
Spring.
live
How you
now.
doing?
I'm great.
Where are you today?
I'm now far away from the center and near a beach.
Oh, very nice. So you're going
Like
swimming today?
not swimming there, just go on a small walk.
Nice, nice. Well, we're here to talk about 3D printing and droids. So I'm going to play a
Yes.
very, very quick video, and then we're going to get straight on into it.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Let's
do this.
My name is Sam Prentice. I'm a UK robot builder. I've been building robots for the past 5 years. This particular robot is a 3D printed robot, fully 3D printed using Geeetech, PLA and Creality printers. The robot is based on the ALT droids from Star Wars. It's a lesser known robot from the likes of R2-D2, but certainly more fun to race around on uneven surfaces due to its track design. With the original concept design by Jake Lunt Davis, it didn't deviate too much from the original design work. Back to the ALT droid and let's talk numbers. This droid was printed at 0.2mm with an 8mm nozzle and 20% infill. The dome took a total of 5 days and 15 hours and weighs in at 2.9 kilos. The total weight of the droid in 3D printed parts alone is just over 10 kilos, which is pretty impressive, but you're still able to lift it. The body took 12 days and weighs in at 4.7 kilos. The legs took 11 days and weighed in at 3.74 kilos. The skirt took 2 days, 15 hours, 1.3 kilos. Collar, 3 days, 1 kilo. Lower plate, 1 kilo. Details and small parts around about 5 days and 2 kilos. And its total was 10.053 kilos. The print time came in at 40 days or 960 hours. Then we moved into sanding and painting, which was a couple of weeks worth of work. During that post-process time, I experimented with a number of colours. Luckily for me, I used graffiti paint to paint these type of models, which is basically a spray paint in a rattle can, which dries incredibly quickly. Of course, in the end, we settled for a red, grey, black, and a kind of blue combo, which I think worked really well. Let's talk about how this moves. So there are some 3D printed options when it comes to tracks. However, I already had this set up for tracks, Q85 motors, which are off push bikes, and also a snowblower track system. As it happens, the track motors are incredibly precise and can be tuned to be very quick. That being the case, when it came down to speed controller, the Robotech SBL 2360T was certainly the weapon of choice. And I've been very, very impressed with the speed and configuration of the setup thus far. So there are of course a couple of people that I would like to thank. Spring at Geeetech, without you this obviously wouldn't have happened. Blake at Robotech, Mike B for the design, Lee for the track system, Graphicity for the graffiti paint, and of course all of you guys for subscribing and following the progress of this build. Special mention also to my wife Hannah, who has been putting up with me making this stuff for 5 years now, but long may it continue.
There we go.
There we go. Good stuff, Sam. Thank you very much for the wonderful video.
No worries. And the droid is now finished. He's running around very nicely at the moment. He's in the studio with me at the moment, but I might take him outside in a little bit. And also we've got T3D.
So are we going to play with him?
Yeah, we can do. Should we do that now?
Yes.
Okay, well, bear with me just for a second then. Let's go over to this camera here and let's see if we can make him fall over or not. Here we go. Bear with me.
Wow. Oh, you have like a rolling door. Oh, that's a nice setting for the draw.
It's pretty good, eh? It's pretty good. So there he is. He's doing his thing outside now. It's oh no, we won't shut that. We'll open it up again. So as I say, this has been a 40-day print, and it's it's an insane amount of time to actually be physically printing something like this. It's fully 3D printed, and as you know, Geeetech sponsored the build on this particular one, and he's an absolute animal. He's the tracks on it are just insane. He's quick. I've dialed him right down actually at the moment because I didn't want him to be sort of too quick that I couldn't physically use him, and it fell over and stuff like that. So so I've been playing around with this over the last couple of weeks, as you know, and obviously we did a show at Christmas as well, of which we demonstrated how this was going to work and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. I'm just going to close that down because I've got people walking past and people seeing what I'm doing.
Yes.
I need to obviously keep that down a little bit. So there you go. So I mean, this is a fully 3D printed robot, which is just over 10 kilos. And I say 40 days worth of printing. I think it might have been a little bit more than that, mainly because I was experimenting with some of the parts as well. But ultimately, it came in just as we'd sort of hoped it would do, and I'm dead impressed with it. And of course, everything on this is 3D printed, bar the tracks. So if I move this back a little bit, I can just open up the inside and show you what's going on in there. What you'll find here is that.
Oh, let's give you a full screen to demonstrate this.
Let's do that.
Let me see.
Morning, Mark. Hope you're well. Hello, Carl. Hope you're well. HVAC to AZ. Hello, dude. Hope you're well.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Okay, so what we've got here is what we call in the traders a lazy Susan. Generally, you'll find these kind of things to move kind of food around on plates. And what we've done is Michael's devised a track system here. A geared system here where a 3D printed cog connects to this 3D printed gear, and then of course, obviously, when you move the control left and right, it moves the gear around. So that's how you get the dome control on that. And again, with the track system, it's a very basic kind of movement forwards and backwards, left and right, and it generally works as a normal kind of radio controlled car almost, but with tank tracks inside of it. At the bottom here, we've got a local hardware case, which is basically a £5 case that I've kept everything inside of. And then further down inside of the controls down here is where the brain of everything is. I've got 2 tracer batteries. This is running at 24 volt. And I've also got a 12 volt battery in there as well that runs this little one up here. Generally very, very easy to configure. Speed controller, which is by a company called Robotech. That's probably one of the most expensive parts on this build, beside the batteries and things. And generally just a transmitter and receiver. Very, very simple build once you get past the 40 hours of messing around with it, of course. So yeah, I'm really happy. It's when I first saw this robot in the films, I knew that I had to build one straight away. I had to build one, and the method of building some of these things, it doesn't have to be 3D printed. You can make them out of wood. You can make them pretty much out of anything that's going to work for your particular application. But I really wanted to 3D print it, and it just so happened that Michael Badley from Michael Badley's 3D Printed Droids was available. He had the files available. He started CADing them up, and there aren't many of these being printed at the moment because of the colossal amount of time that it takes, and also filament as well, in order to print this stuff. I'm just going to set this one up as well, just so I'm moving out of the way. Spring, have you got any questions about this droid?
Oh yes, I was going to ask about how long, what scale did you print it with the droid, and how long time did you?
Good question, that actually. The majority of it was a 0.8 nozzle, and it was on a 500 printer, and the filament was 1.75, and I printed it at a 0.2 ratio. So there are, once you've got the filler primer and you've sanded it and filled it, and as you saw the process in the video there, once you've got past that, you wouldn't tell if it's a metal robot or if it's a 3D printed robot. It's very, very difficult to tell now. But I'm dead impressed with the way that it came out. And again, that's a 40-day robot. But equally as impressive is this little guy here, which is called Tidu. He's a lovely little 3D printed droid that I've been working on. It's a very, very quick build. It only takes about 48 hours to print. Michael Badley sort of named this as a kind of weekend style build, and it's super simple. And excuse me as I rip his head off, but it is very, very simple. And again, you've just got two little servos in the top here that makes that movement. So you can move him up and down, and the ratio moves from left to right. In the back here, we've got a 4.8 volt battery. And if you want to learn how to build these things and make this stuff, you've got two options really, I suppose, at the moment. You can subscribe to my channel, and every Friday we do a 3D printing robot kind of chat show thing, where a bunch of us from all over the world basically get together and we talk about how we're going to build a project and what the project's going to be, and things like that, which is covering some ground. Or of course going over to the Michael Badley Printed Droid page, where you can find all the resources for that. But it's what we're trying to do is almost like paint by numbers. So if you're interested in building these things, we're there building them right along with you. And again, you can rewatch the videos, you can see what we've done, Q&As, that kind of thing, live stream.
I got to know that you are recently getting back into the live stream, teaching people to build droids.
Yeah, it's been.
How many students do you have?
No. You know what? That I don't really know, but I got involved with this just because of lockdown and COVID and all that kind of stuff, and I'm very passionate about all these things. So if it's robot building or 3D printing, all this stuff I really, really enjoy doing. So it kind of made sense for me to. People for ages have been saying to me, "Look, why don't you do something on YouTube? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" And of course, the droid builder side of things, we started doing a few live streams, and we started doing a few funny videos and things like that. And then it got a little bit more serious. So, the numbers are comfortably climbing at the moment. I've monetized now. So what I want to be doing is teaching people how to do things and sharing the passion that I've got. And, the amount of questions I get on what 3D printer should I buy? Why have I got these problems? What belt should I get? There was one this morning talking about a very similar thing, and it's difficult, and you've really got to analyze how the marketplace works when you're on YouTube, because you can't answer all the questions on a singular level. You almost need to make a video and then share it with the masses. So, but in regards to students, I've done I do Instagram as well, as you know, and a couple of schools have reached out to me recently. And I've done 30-minute Zoom courses on 3D printing robots and how to, it's all about trying to inspire people to do more. So if I've got
do you plan to if there is some opportunity, some people want to invite you to teach to do build how to build a drone, would you have time to do that? Because I know they are quite of maybe like a one time or two time. I mean, not regularly. Just
yeah. I mean, the smaller droids, as we know. I mean, this guy here. This was a Geeetech print as well, as you'll remember. This was the pit droid that we did.
Yes.
One of the first ones that we did, and then we've moved on, obviously, to these little fellas here. So this is the little R5 droid that we printed as well. And this again is another. This one is another sort of weekend style build. And then people are messaging me saying, "Hey, I don't have a 3D printer. Can you make me one?" Family members, things like that. But of course, I like the red droid, the big red droid at the front here. That was I wanted to build something really big, and I really enjoy those big builds. So and I'm always doing something. I've got a lot of printers here. I've got a lot of time to be able to kind of make things. And I'm constantly doing. This is another project that we've got coming up at the moment. And again, if you look at the ratio here, obviously he's going to be much larger than this guy. But again, it's all about for me. I think it's about the education of others and inspiring other people to do things as well.
Yes, definitely.
I think that's really important. And what's really strange about these kids when I'm doing these classes is they're all fixated and their minds are kind of blown at that point. And of course, during lockdown, they're all sitting at home, they're all doing things on Zoom, and they're learning from their teachers, which, when I was at school, it was incredibly boring that time. But what I'm hoping to do is try and maybe sort of inspire them to do more, or think about 3D printing, think about hobbies that's, kind of going on. We didn't have any of this when I was at school. So the fact that we've got it now, and I'm still inspired by 3D printed manufacturers and all that kind of stuff. It's very it's a huge passion. Now tell me, Spring, what is going on at the background at the moment?
Oh, which background?
Your background, because I'm hearing a load of noise. What's going on?
Oh, I'm not sure why they are starting again. I thought they finished already.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Wait a moment.
You're gonna this is gonna be great. I really hope that it's just gonna happen for people now. You might be okay with this. This is gonna be good. So the Spring is obviously in a different location to Geeetech. She's in a different location, so she's in an apartment somewhere.
Is it better?
What, have you shut the door?
I shut the door. Yes, I shut the door, and because it's not. It's like a neighborhood. It was doing something.
Nightmare. No, it's better. It's certainly better. It's certainly better. Let's get.
I'm really sorry, and I would like to say hello to everyone who is joining our live stream here, and I hope that you will enjoy this live stream. As we are just, as you may know, that it's going to be my last live stream in Geeetech, and I really thank Sam to taking this time to joining me again, and also at the end of the live stream, we're going to take a little bit of time to invite you guys to join us for a live talk. If you want to join the room, of course. And also I applied to have a little bit more giveaway, that we are going to have 5 rows of giveaway today in our live. So we will select it randomly. And if you, so I wanted to thank everybody who used to join me or are joining me us today. So I think it's a great way to like say in like for all the time that I've been here, I really enjoyed. Yes.
Yeah. I think what's important to mention as well, Spring, is that Geeetech aren't always looking for the high-rated YouTube subscribing general people that are out there, and Geeetech have been very calculating on how they've spoken to people and how they've done things differently. And I think certainly with your chats that you've been doing, I think they've been very, very good and very wholesome. So yes. I hope you've got as much out of it as I think your viewing public has. And the other thing I'd like to mention as well is that people often forget that it isn't always about the business. It is actually about the people that are inside of that business, and people buy from people. So the fact that you've been so good, you really have been good to me, and you have been good to a lot of people within the community. I want to thank you for being there and doing what you're doing, and I sincerely hope that you continue doing something within this industry, and perhaps we can work together in the future. I think you'll do so well.
That's my direction to go.
Good. Who are you going to? Tell us who you're going to. You can't, though, of course.
Not decided yet. I wanted to take a little bit of rest because I think it's very good to have like a balance between work and life, and I want to go hometown for a little bit of time, and also then come back to work with of course, I'm always full of passion, but I still want to say to keep this kind of attitude, and also make it better.
Definitely. So who will be replacing you at Geeetech? It's Joanna, right?
Yeah, Joanna, we're going to be responsible for mainly responsible for the marketing and also live stream. Perhaps in the coming time, we were going to have live streaming. Yes, because that was one of the strategies that my company decided earlier before, and said we would like to do live stream, like mostly focusing when we have new product coming out. So that is one of the reasons why I'm considering of change.
Yeah, definitely. It's a shame though, because like I say, you guys were doing, or Geeetech certainly was doing things differently, and I think that's probably what people really enjoyed about that particular product. And you're very likable as well, Spring. So that's the your English is good. You come across incredibly well, and you're likable, which I think is the
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It certainly is the main thing, and like I say, your strategy was very, very good. It's just a shame that Geeetech didn't capitalise on that a little bit more, really, in my opinion. But like I say, I hope that we see you. And what I'd like to do, and we spoke about this briefly before, is I'd like to get you on one of my live streams at some point and see what happens with Spring now. Bring you along a little bit and just find out.
I would be happy to be invited.
Amazing. Well, we'll certainly keep in touch with that. Do we have any questions for Spring on the chat at this point? And I'd also say, guys, don't forget to fill out that Google form as well if you want to be in a chance for winning one of these 5.
Yes, you reminded me. I almost forget. I needed to share the form so everybody can join us.
Let's have a look. Let's see if we can do that.
Oh, can you share it?
Let me try and find it. You have it?
I'm trying to find it as well.
Let's see what we can find here. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. And meanwhile, we have a lot of in the background. Okay, I think I might have it here. Let me just chuck it in the... So we're going to do this, we're going to do a random wheel on this one, is that right?
Yes. So I'm going to, we were going to have a random wheels for five rounds of giveaway. One round, we have one winner for this.
Okay, the link is going in the description.
Sam, Seamus is saying, can you put your volume a little bit up?
Hey Seamus, how you doing? This is Sam on the Late Night Love. Yes, kind of. I think so. Is that any better? I can shout a little bit louder if you like. Mark will be sending you a piece of his curtain in a frame. That'd be nice. But if you don't know about Mark, he's my dedicated stalker. He follows me around all the place, and he has got a really bad set of curtains in the house.
That's quite surprising. You got like a really faithful fans.
Well, yes, and so Mark has a set of curtains on his way to you, or a piece of the curtains. But he, it was a very, very bizarre
curtain
with Mark here. But I don't really know what his cunning plan is. But we shall wait and see, I suppose, for the future. I think it's a Spring program. Seamus, I wonder if are you finding that Spring's loud but I'm quiet? Is that what you're finding? Hello Eddie, hope you're well.
I think I can hear you well.
Gaffer shape the mic. Yes. Okay, fair enough. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to pop this and go back to the again. Pop it back on if you can. While Spring has got a lot of banging and crashing in the background.
Oh, now it stopped.
Whereabouts are you?
It's like doing live streaming. You always have some surprises. You never know what's gonna happen. And this time, because I'm not in the office, I'm coming out with friends for a short vacation to the beach, and trying to find the best internet place. But fortunately, they had some construction doing here.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Never mind.
Yeah.
How many people have we got signed up to the 5 kilo single spool giveaway?
Let me check. Currently we have 15.
15. Wow. Well, that. We need to get a hell of a lot more than that. I'm thinking maybe.
Oh
50.
Yes. I'd like to invite friends to share it, spread it. Maybe more people will join us.
Your volume does sound quite low. Okay, I'm going to play with my volume just for a second, guys. Bear with me. Let's have a look here. Audio. Automatically adjust my mic volume. How is that? Is that any better?
Yes, that's definitely better.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's 13 watching
Thank
here.
you very
I can
much.
see at the moment.
I'm sharing it with more groups as well.
Cheers, Anne. I hope you're having a good day. So what I'll do then very quickly is I'll whiz this back round and you can have another look at the droid. There he is. Let's go from the top view.
Would you like to show make the droids walk around?
Yeah, I can do.
Bit?
So let's go.
Yeah, we can. Here. Yeah, I think it's good to have him walk around a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just open up the door.
It's going to be fancy.
Okay, we'll reverse him out this time. Let's wait for the doors to open.
Oh, let me. I'm going to share the link here.
Okay.
In the meantime.
Yeah, so this is running 24 volts on the track drive, and they're snowblower tracks, and they are what we call Q85 motors on the tracks as well, which are basically we use those, or you might use those if you've got a battery powered push bike. They're exactly the same kind of motors as those ones are, and. What's that, Carl? Imagine walking down the street and seeing the droids. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm sort of well known around here for bits and pieces like this. It's not unusual for people to see this kind of stuff going on outside. It's that and the big light shows and stuff. So, like I say, you know, I've had a hell of a job printing this over the past 40 days, and certainly over Christmas time as well. The idea with this, certainly with the paint job, is I wanted something that was going to kind of look like one of the droids from the Star Wars series, but one that's perhaps not that well known. So I went with a K6 robot, which I don't know if I uploaded a photo of that actually. Let's have a look. Let me see if I've got a photo of that one. No,
we can share it.
No, I don't. I don't have it there. But it's a K6 robot. Let me see if I can find it. K6. It's an R6 robot.
Yeah.
Red.
Should be okay to enter into the form.
Okay. And of course, there's the press shot that I did with this droid. And this place is a place in Winnersh. And it's a massive graffiti bridge where people are doing all sorts of kind of crazy artworks outside. And they just so happen to have a load of Star Wars stuff on the wall. So that was cool. Going back to the track system here, this is the tracks. And around the outside here, you'll see the snowblower tracks. There's a metal frame inside here in the internals. And at the back there, you'll see the Q85 motors. And again, I'm no stranger to 3D printing. That's a lot of the droids that I had printed up until, I don't know, I guess maybe 2 years ago. Obviously, there's a lot more now. And
Wow.
this is the R2D2 that I used for various sort of TV events and things like that. That was taken at a Comic-Con, and the robot in the middle here was the other one that I built, which is a fully metal R2 style droid. And of course, now we're back to doing something a bit different, which in this case is this really big droid, which he's a
Sam, is this one like a customized droid by yourself based on the
this was
robot?
this particular one was in Solo, a Star Wars story. It's also been seen a couple of times in The Mandalorian, but not in this color. So the customization element of this is very much on the color, and it's built as I say, 3D printed. The Michael Badley files we've used for this particular build. It's a hybrid, so Michael also does a 3D printed version of the tracks, but on this instance I already had the tracks available to me, so I purchased those a few years ago, and I knew that was going to be a thing. In regards to, and I did see one of your questions earlier, Spring, in regards to the costs to build this.
Yes.
It's not cheap. You're looking at probably $1,000 for the track system. You're looking at $500 for the speed controller. You can get cheaper ones. You're then looking at £250, probably $200 per battery, and there's 3 batteries in there. A Lazy Susan that's probably about £30, and of course the filament, which depending on where you buy it from, is a good sort of $20 each time. So, and there's about I say 10 kilos, but there could be as much as 12 in there now. So like I say, it's a couple of £1,000.
That's a mass calculation.
It's going to be to build this as is now. It's going to be around about $2,500, which
2,000. 2,000?
$2,500, yeah, $2,500. I would say to build this.
Pounds.
Again, yes, yeah.
Okay.
I would say around about that. And like I say, he's quicker than it is at the moment. There's a few more things that I want to do to him. So there's an attachment on the dome. I want to just make sure that the dome isn't going to come off. On the back of the droid, you'll see here, there's in the middle, there's a square. Hopefully you can see it. I might just move him back a little bit so maybe you can see him a bit better. There's a square on the back of this, and that is a door that's going to open, and then I'm going to be able to get hold of all the electronics on the back of that. So, yeah, it's like I say, it's one of my favourite droids, I must say. Of all the builds that I've done, and I've done a fair few of them now, this has been, and it's great to drive as well. You can thrash it around. You can throw it about, and it's a lot of fun to drive. And again, it's only running at the moment at probably a quarter of the speed that maybe it can do. I suspect I'll be able to get this up to about 25, 30 mile an hour without too many problems. So there you go.
Brilliant.
Push back. Let's push back. Right. Are there any questions or comments? Let's have a quick look. Hey, Seamus. Hope you're well. Who else we got here? Nice one. Thank you, Brandberg. Great name. My God, I know. How long do the batteries last? Good question, actually. So I'm using 2 12-volt tracer batteries that are 16 amps per battery, so that's 32 amps. You'd have no trouble running this at a Comic-Con for 2 or 3 days, I would say. Obviously, you're not driving it full time, but I think you'd probably get you'd get some, you get a few days out of it without being a problem. The good thing about the tracer batteries as well is that on the top you have like a fuel meter, so you can push the button and you can tell how heavy or how low the charge is. So that's pretty impressive. Seamus, thank you too. Couple of grand, yeah, that's about right. Hey Martin, I hope you're well, mate. Sam, can a modern RC car handset recover, etc., be useful? Yes, it can. Okay, so that's a good question as well. Right, so I use, on this particular build, I use a Spectrum DX9. This is a £400 radio control, but you can use ones that are a hell of a lot cheaper. Could be 30, 40 pounds. But what I like about the Spectrum stuff is that you can tune all the menus down, and you can there's a hell of a lot more connectivity inside of the radio. And also on this particular radio, depending on the receiver, you can also wire it up so you can get a readout that tells you where the battery voltage is at. So if you're getting low and you're the other side of the Comic-Con, or you're the other side of the set, or wherever you may be, if you need to drive that back in order to charge it, you can't push the tracks on this. It will not allow you to do it. The construction of the motors are very much like servos. So you don't want to be twisting servos around. You just start wrecking stuff inside of it. So you can't push this in order to transport it. That's another thing, I suppose, with this particular droid. It's not like an R2-D2. An R2-D2 will go through a standard size door. This particular droid won't do that. So what you've got to do is put him on a platform, and then you've got to push him through on wheels. He won't physically fit through a standard door size. So there are a few benefits, which are things like the track. You can run it on pretty much any surface, and it will, it'll stand up to quite a lot of punishment. Whereas R2, you've got to be a little bit more selective on, where you're driving this. And, it's a bit like we've got a car here called a Reliant Robin, which is a freewheeler car. And it's one of those things with R2, if the front gets dug in, there's potential that it's going to flip over. With this particular droid, because the tracks are quite short and the body's quite high, you get that issue around tipping. So if you do a sudden brake, it's going to force itself forward and it's going to do a face plant, which, and I'm sure Mark, if he hasn't already put something in the comments, he will do in a minute, I'm famous for doing. So the first one of these droids, and I have to tell the story, sorry, Lee. The first one of these droids that was built by the guy that works on the films, or one of the guys that works on the films, I said, can I borrow that? Can I just drive it? And he goes, yes, you can, but don't crash it. And 3 or 4 seconds later, I'd smashed it, and it had crashed onto the floor. And that was me for a couple of weeks, basically repairing this. And so I've kind of got there's a hidden love for this because of what happened with that particular first droid, where I basically smashed it up. And then sequentially from that, I wanted to build the droids. It's just phenomenal. And if you're considering doing something that's not building a robot on a big scale like this, that's not an R2-D2 or an R series style robot, I'd certainly suggest this. It's not the most popular one, but it's phenomenal to drive. It's quick, it's efficient, it's just absolutely amazing. So if you tune in on our Friday night streams, we are going to be doing a smaller condensed version of this. Again, it's from the Michael Badley files, and hit him up, Patreon, Mr. Badley. And if you look at Facebook, Mr. Badley's Printed Droids, you'll find all the information that you need to find on that. Or, like I say, hit our stream up on Friday. We team up with Jerry. We team up with his 3D print and paint. We team up with Tripod at Tripod's Garage. We've got DeWitt, who is Tim, who's in Canada. Me, obviously, in the UK. And we've got Marcel, that's in the States as well. And we're all 3D printing these things. And we invite loads of people on at the end, and we just talk about where they're at and if they've got any problems or whatever. And again, this is a really, really silly, easy, brilliant build. And, certainly when you're looking at 3D printing parts, screwing servos to little elements that are already pre-populated for you, it's it's very, very simple. So even if you're starting out, you've got a 3D printer, you're sick and tired of printing benchies or whatever the latest craze is, you want to try and build something that is a little bit more technical. And as I say, loads of people are asking
Sam,
me, yes,
you earlier you mentioned about the cost for the big droid you just demonstrated was like quite costly. Do you have something like maybe less expensive and also maybe less ambitious?
Yeah, sure.
To start with.
Yeah, sure. So these little robots here, the little R5 ones, so there's an R2 version, there's a bunch of different versions for this. These little robots here, and I'll pop his head back on. These are
these all like open STL file for people to?
No, I mean the thing is because of the way that the Patreon site works, it works out. You can pay as little as $1 a month. You're not in any kind of you're not tied into anything. It's $1 a month, and that just helps Michael basically carry on making these phenomenal droids. I think the tier for these is $5. And again, once you've paid your first $5, you can download the files, and you can start printing straight away. But so if you look at it from a price point of view, you've got $5. Then you've got to print one of these, and it's around about half a kilo to 3/4 of a kilo to print this whole thing. So that's what, 10 quid. So that's cost you, let's call it $15 so far. Okay. Then inside of here, as I can just demonstrate with this, you've got a little servo on top here. That's $6. You've got two more in here. That's $6 each. And then a battery, which might be sort of $10. So to be honest, for around about, I'd say $40 with all the little bits and pieces, you're pretty much there good to go for about $40, $50. And then if you want a receiver and transmitter as well, the cheapest I found online is about $30. So for way under $100. I'm printing these to give away to various suppliers at the moment. So I just think they're absolutely phenomenal, and they work on very, very small amounts of voltage. The batteries are cheap. They're easy to find. And I must admit, I've fallen in love with this one. This is Tidu. There's some talk at the moment that they might do a big version of it, so his head will be.
Do they have some can they speak? I mean, can like the R2D2 in the film?
You can do that, but the idea of the education program that we're sort of putting together on our live stream is very much about keeping things really, really simple, and we don't want to run before we can walk. So the next robot that we're building at the moment is a little bit more complicated, but again, it's small steps, and what we don't want to do is just confuse people or just scare people off, because there's no need to do that. Like I say, with these particular droids, you don't need a motor controller. You don't need a speed controller. You can just use the receiver that comes with the transmitter, and you plug all your batteries and your servos in. There's a little bit of configuration on the stick, and you're good to go. So, I would say probably for under $50, you'll be having one of these little things rolling around. And again, if you look at the shorts element on my YouTube channel, you'll see these things in action, just whizzing around and misbehaving. And I think it's called Bad Robot. That I've put a few little mini streams together for that, which I absolutely love. In fact, I wonder if I could play one of those if I shared a screen, so you can understand what I'm talking about. Bear with me just for a second. And Bramberg asked, what's the most difficult part to build? So I'll talk about that as well while I'm doing this. The most difficult part, I would say, is probably going to be the lazy Susan bearings. So on this build, I put a lazy Susan in, but Michael also provides a 3D printed lazy Susan, so you can have that particular part printed as well. When I put the ball bearings inside of it, and you've got to remember, you've got an outside shell, you've got an inside shell with the gearing ratio on it, and inside you've got these little ball bearings. And that works really well. So if I was moving it around freehand, that worked really well. I greased up the balls inside of that, and it was great. Installed it, and I think there was something that was a little bit skewed. I couldn't physically get it to turn, because when I put the screws in, it must have just moved it slightly. So I went back to a traditional way of working, which is this metal lazy Susan. So that was probably one of the most complicated parts of that build. Hopefully that answered your question. What else have we got?
System idle.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Right.
I have a few friends that are building their own droids as well here.
Indeed, not bad, Sam. I hope you're well too. Yes, I'm very well, matey. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I like the TU2. Tidu. Yeah, T3DO, that one's called. Let me just share my screen if I can. Bear with me for a moment. Let's try and share this. Share screen. And we're going to share this. Share. And let me just, what I'll do is I'll minimize us. Hopefully. Okay, so this is my my website. And this is Tidu here. And you're going to unfortunately have to watch an ad for a few seconds, because that's the way it works.
Yeah. Wow. And no voice.
Yeah, so what I was trying to do there is basically just kind of humanize the robot in a kind of puppet style fashion. But you know, it's just funny. And same with this guy here as well. It's a very sort of similar process, really. And this was the pre-paint.
Nice colors.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I do like those colors actually. And that's the blue that we used on the red robot as well. We used some of those blues on there. So yeah, so it's just there's loads of those on there. I'm not going to bore you to death with too many of those, but as I say, how do we get rid of that? Let's have a look. Removing that one. There we go. Yeah, so there's a load of those on the site there, and I have a lot of fun kind of making those little short videos. And again, it's a bit like the same as kind of TikTok and things like that. And I do get an enormous amount of views on those little short videos. And again, it's just, you know, when you're I was talking to someone the other day and they were talking about, oh, so you're a puppeteer, and I'm not a puppeteer. That's certainly what I'm not. I would class myself as maybe being like just a maker or somebody that makes things and enjoys that kind of process. But then they said, well, you are in some respects because of the way that you try and humanize something. So when you're dealing or when you're working with a robot like this, and that head has got that looking left to right element. These guys, yeah, they do have a human element. They just look left to right, but you can really get that kind of looking up, looking down, looking left, looking right, and it's just that extra little servo, just with that head tilt and up and down. It really gives you that kind of humanized version of what that robot can do. And this is not a Star Wars robot. This one is not. This is a Michael Badley's own creation that kind of looks like a Star Wars robot, which is kind of nice. And again, you know, this was one of these were both the two sort of beginner prints that we made with the Friday night challenge that we've been working on. And you know, that's phenomenal, and that's doing really well. And it's nice to see, you know, people are reaching out to me saying, hey, I'm working on this. How do I get this servo to work? And I love all that. And if I can help anybody, as long as it doesn't sort of consume me completely, I'm always happy to help people with stuff. And if they got stuck on, you know, things like 3D printing and how to make robots and all that kind of stuff, there are a ton of resources out there. There are a ton of groups out there with, you know, everybody. A lot of these people are doing similar or the same kind of builds, and we're all just trying to sort of find our way with all this. But again, you know, these were printed. All these droids were printed with the Geeetech filament, including this guy up here as well. And you know, I cannot fault the Geeetech filament. It's been, I've had one or two. I'll be completely honest with you, no spring. I had with the clear filament that you sent me, the transparent stuff. It was really, really fragile. And as it was coming off the spool, it would start snapping. And we discovered in the end with that particular one that because there was no color pigmentation into it, in order to get it clear and see through, they had to extract a lot of the I guess it's the polylactic acid side of it out in order to make it clear. So I wasn't able to print with that particular stuff, but anything else, the basics, the color wheel that you do, you know, that goes from red to orange to all the different colors, which I used on this particular droid, that was phenomenal as well. That worked really, really well.
You mean the rainbow color?
That's it. Yeah, the rainbow color. That works incredibly well, and I was really impressed with that. Hang on, I've got another question here.
I got a question, like a simple one. Like except building the droids, printing it, like you like the post process, for example, for components, electronics and the controllers, those stuffs. How long does it take for you to add it up?
What wiring you mean? Do you mean wiring the robot?
Yes.
I think it took me a few hours. The speed controller. So again, Robotech are the suppliers of these particular speed controllers, and it is overkill for this particular robot. 100% overkill. But I'm going to be doing an upgrade with my R2D2, and I'm going to be putting in a Robotech speed controller into that as well. I'm also going to upgrade the feet in it as well. So different motors, Q85 motors in those feet as well. And the reason for that is it's just the precise movements that you're able to get and hitting your targets, hitting the spot where you need to be if you're doing any kind of TV work or whatever it might be, or red carpet events or whatever. So with this droid and with that droid, I really need to make sure that it's the best that it possibly can be. So wiring wise, didn't take that long, but in regards to getting into the machine, configuring that, and understanding and learning a whole new language that I've never used before, that was a couple of days. And I'm still not quite there because I want to really ramp up the speed as well. And then also have a little button on here that I can flick down and it can go into slow mode, or flick it up and it goes into quick mode. Because when we start going back out and doing events with these things, we do tend on the straights, we do tend to try and push the droids as fast as we can possibly get them, which is another reason why we print these smaller ones, because if these fall over, it's not going to smash up 40 days worth of printing. It's a 24-hour stuff, but the bigger droids are certainly there's a lot more time and effort and investment in those things. But yeah, a couple of days, wiring it up, getting it all working. I needed to work the cog out, and as you know, I was away the whole of last week, so I had to get that finished and done last weekend, and also get the photos done at the and the video edited this week. So well, obviously, I've been working on this since just before Christmas, when we did our live show. So it's not, I've not been on it every day, and it has taken a few months in order to get it off the ground. But going any bigger than this, I think would be a bit scary. But we'll see what happens.
You never know.
Yeah, somebody put, can you use a Raspberry Pi to integrate the robot Sam? Yes, you can. In short, 100% yes, you can. There are a number of people that already use Raspberry Pis, and I rate them highly, especially with the Octoprint. And again, we did a video with that, didn't we, Spring, a little while back, on how to set up Octoprint on the A30M, which is my printer just over here. So we set that up, and since then I use them on all my printers. But yes, you can use Raspberry Pis on that. What's more common, and if you want to fancy doing a Google, there is a system called the Padawan 360, which is an Xbox 360 controller, and it plugs into an Arduino, and obviously via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or 2.4, whatever it is. It then connects to that and a soundboard, so you get all your full controls. You get left, right, forward, backwards, and all your sound triggers inside of one little controller. And again, it's an awesome design, and I use that to trigger all my sounds in the R2D2. So Padawan 360 is the one I would certainly suggest for that. What's this next question?
One thing come to my mind is that it's really enjoyable to look at the such wonderful droids. Like, it's really one of the people walking around, or so. Do you put them into any special occasions? And what maybe you can share with us the most special moments that you had with your job, some special memories.
Yeah, so I mean, it's no lie, and it's no hidden moment. I did a few things on the last Star Wars film, The Rise of Skywalker, as you know. Because it's been well documented now, I suppose, so it's out there. I do have an NDA, by the way, so I can't talk about some of the stuff. But I was also seen on the European premiere as well for the last Star Wars film with my R2. And then we do a lot of press work. The R2 Builders Club in the UK, we've been incredibly privileged to be able to work with Lucasfilm and Disney on various projects, and things like I did Children in Need, the Graham Norton Show, and another colleague of mine, Paul, he did the Anton Deck Saturday Night Takeaway, which is a UK comedy duo that people are involved with and stuff, and people like that kind of thing. And he did the R2D2 on that. Again, the builders are selected as the 501st are with things like Stormtroopers and things like that. So yeah, we've been incredibly lucky to be able to be part of that kind of whole network. And the special moments are very much like being on set and working with people that are like-minded
Although I'm just some guy in his garage making YouTube videos at one point, and then I might be doing something else. You know, you never know. But like I said before, you know, the important part for me is even if I never get to do that experience again, I still enjoy very much about educating people and showing people how I've done it and how they can do it. And it's not about keeping information back or being snide in my approach. My personality and the way that I conduct myself, I like to think that I've helped people. I like to think that people get nourishment out of the things that I'm saying, and I'm able to influence people in the right ways. And if that is by saying, "Hey, why don't you do this?" or "What do you think about that?" Then there's a lot that comes out of that, and I think that's incredibly empowering for everybody. Or the other thing is you can just tell me to go away, which is fine as well. It won't hurt my feelings. It is what it is. Everyone's got their own opinion and their own direction. And as I say, I love making robots. That's how I started out with this. Then I got involved with 3D printing. So the robot building was very much my first concern. And now, man, if you look around this room, I've got a lot of gear in here. I've got a lot of stuff here, and then it's moved into CNC machining, and it's moved into various other areas as well. So I must be doing something right. And thank you. There's a few people on here saying they've just subscribed. Thank you very much. And I'm still at that stage, I think, within YouTube where every person that subscribes, it means a lot to me. It's not like it means I can do more, and the monetization thing means that I can do more. So
it's like pushing yourself to work harder.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and what's really unselfish, and I think this sometimes gets misinterpreted, but the UK R2 Builders Club, the Droid Builders UK Club, and the 501st Garrison and the UK Garrison, we go out there week after week at Comic-Cons and events and funerals and weddings and all these kind of crazy things, and it's all raising money for charity. And in the last 12 months, the Droid Builders show that I co-host with Lee Towsey, who is involved with the Star Wars films, he's R2D2 on the films. Together, completely unselfishly, we go out and we've raised, with the community, £11,500 in the last 12 months for the suicide prevention charity, which is called CALM. So
impressive.
And that for me is what it's really all about. And it's great making all these robots, and I love it. And I'm incredibly passionate. It's an empowering thing as well. So like I say, it's great with with Geeetech and other interviews that I've done on various channels. It's nice to be able to talk about the story and maybe think, oh, here's that nerdy guy who lives down the road in the UK and he's building those robots. What an idiot. And actually see the flip side of it, which is actually, we're trying to do some good here. So, get on board. That's my message. Thanks, Seamus. I really appreciate that. I do really appreciate that. Someone is saying here, hello, Alex. Hope you're well. What is this? Around 60 hours. Yeah, so 60 hours. What's this? What are we talking about? No failures. Oh, what's this he's talking about? You need to integrate one into the home bar with a waiter. I tell you what, that would be amazing. Hang on, I've missed some stuff here. What have we missed?
Oh, there's one friend saying this.
I went over. Come on, Carl. Have you printed the ALT then, or are you doing the TDO one? Let me know. Seamus, epic. That's cool. Thank you, dudes. Appreciate that. I've only started the mini R2D2, so that's one of these ones, but this is the R5 version. What have we got here? It's great that you give support and advice. Helped me before. Yeah, and you've helped me, Carl. I'm waiting for some posts from you, actually, so maybe that'll turn up today or tomorrow. That's Kate. Yeah, that's cool. Hope that's going well. Nice work. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you, Carl. Oh, okay, you went for the pumpkin. Yeah, I mean, and this is where you should get good. I've got a big warehouse, dude, but you'll have to. I can't remember if you're in the UK. I think you are. We do a Droid Builders event at Christmas time in Camberley in Surrey.
Just a small notice that we got 21 for the giveaways.
Yep.
Yeah.
So keep hitting that. If you've got 5 emails, put all the emails in there. Increase your chance to win. You know it makes sense. And going back to the small droids, this is like, for me, it's like the ideal Christmas present for my cousins. And we've got a baby on the way, so I am going to be making. You might find that there's a slight shift. You might find that all of a sudden I start doing streams on how to, I don't know, keep the baby quiet with a 3D printed.
Sam, I think we should. It's better. We can do like start drawing, having like the giveaway. And
should we do one now then?
So like some people are here, some people are in another time zone. We can cut it into different.
Sure thing. Yeah, whatever you like. I don't mind. I can just sit here talking all day otherwise, and you can. I'll tell you what's happened though. The banging has finally stopped.
Mm.
For the
the people is already stopped working.
Okay, that's good. So it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon there, is it, or 7 o'clock?
No, it's 7 o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock. Okay.
So you can see we work really hard here.
Yeah, you do. So where are you though? You're not in Shenzhen, are you? Where are you then?
I mean, like not in the center, like near the sea. It's like drive about 3 hours from where I live to here. We have like 7 friends here together, and later we're going to cook. They already started cooking. I'm just I said I got some party with you guys, so I'm just taking a little bit of time off.
Amazing. Carl suggested that I print a 3D printed nappy changing device. I'll tell you what, from what we've been doing these things called NCT classes, and you learn how to look after the baby and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, this is scary stuff. It's unknown territory for me. So we shall see how things turn up. So you're not going swimming then? Certainly not tonight. So are you north or south of? So you're from your hometown, okay? What's the city that you're in now? Or the town that you're in now? What's it called?
Oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
I work in Shenzhen, and I'm still in Shenzhen. This is still the place that I came. I came here in the Chinese New Year, and but last time I did not stay a much long time here, so I came here again with my friends. Each time you go to a place, it's different when you go with different people.
Yeah. Well, I was desperate to go to Shenzhen when I was in Hong Kong, and what we found was that it was really difficult to kind of get across back into China again once you were in Hong Kong, because we did 2 weeks up and down China, as you know, because we spoke about this in the past, and we got into Hong Kong, and I was absolutely desperate to get over there and look around and just kind of soak in what was going on over there, but I never got to do it. But I do want to come back, so watch this space. Maybe I'll do a live stream of meeting people in Shenzhen.
You coming to China, to Shenzhen,
I would love Tina. I would absolutely
the tech
love
hub in China.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd absolutely love to do that and meet all the people that I've spoken with and live stream with and all that kind of stuff. And maybe get some maybe do some live streams on in China. That would be amazing. And it may happen once all this craziness has kind of calmed down. We'll certainly look at that. So keep me posted.
Yes. Looking forward to your coming.
Definitely. Hello, Plastic Putty. Hello, Matt. How are you, mate? I hope you're well.
Hello, Matt. A plastic, I think it's a nickname.
Plastic Putty, yeah. Take me with you. I've been wanting to go. Well, maybe we can do a mass exodus into Shenzhen then at some point. We could have a Western revival over there.
I can take you around a little bit.
That's amazing.
When you
like I
come
say,
here.
because obviously when we were in China, we didn't really know anybody. I wasn't doing any of this sort of stuff then. So
Is it like a honeymoon that you spend with your wife? Wow.
We did 3 weeks across. It went all over the place. It was amazing, absolutely amazing experience. And like I say, we loved Hong Kong. We loved. We saw the Terracotta Warriors. We did the. We went all over the place. It was. We did the Disneylands there as well, which was good. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. It's. It was so like because when you're used to something in the West of doing something the same way, and then you get into China and they're like, this is completely different. It's it's quite a shock because you've been to the UK as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I went to UK like two and a half years ago. 2 years ago in June, I guess. That was the great time for visiting.
Yeah.
Good weather. It's just starting summertime. Wonderful. I went to visit like some museums and like the in London, and went to Hastings, and also went to the Brighton. Well, the reason I went to Hastings is because I had a friend. I had a friend like in couch surfing, and I checked that place is like a historic place. So I went to Hastings and I stayed in that friend's home. And
I had a there in 1066.
Yes, that was really exciting story. When I went there, I think that story was quite interesting. And I liked the sea in Hastings, and the life there was very quiet. And when I was walking in that there is a place with a lot of grass, and many people just take their dogs to that place and walk their dogs there. And you even have a bench, there, and in the bench. Some people put flowers in the bench for memorize the passed away people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something really kind of different to what I experienced in China here.
Yeah, I mean, we went to I can't remember which river. Is it Yangshu River? I think it was. And we got to write our names on a plaque, and they were all tied to the bridge and things. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was. I've got we got some footage of that, which is kind of interesting. And
yes.
Well, Carl, you know what happened the last time the British tried to get into China, don't you? Well, we won't talk about that. But we shall see what happens. But yeah, I'm certainly interested. I've been talking to a lot of other companies out there because I'm really interested at the moment in the process and production of how filament is made in China. Only because it's just a curiosity on how that gets out of China, or how it's physically made, how they melt it, how it's spun so easily out of the China warehouses, and then ends up in the UK or throughout Europe and the rest of the world. I think that I do think that's very, very interesting. And somebody sent me a video, and it seemed like there was one guy basically doing it, and he backpacks it, and I'm like, there can't just be one guy doing all this filament. And he goes, no, there's a production line. I was like, all right, okay, cool. But I say it's very, very interesting.
You can come here to have like manufacturer site touring, like video live stream.
Yeah, well, I'd love
definitely it's going to bring a lot of people's attention.
Definitely, yeah. Well, I say, it is very, very interesting, and even like how some of the printer manufacturers actually make their printers and what the processes are, how they're tested, things like that. It's a lot of information there that people perhaps aren't really aware of and don't understand what the research and development side of things are when you actually produce and market a printer. So you know, again, yeah, well, we can talk about that another time, I'm sure. When you're a big rock star in Shenzhen and you're you know, your new shiny company and selling things like crazy. We'll see what happens. But like I say, yeah, if you all want to come along, let me know. We'll get a bus. We'll hire a plane. I don't know. We crowdfund something. We'll get across there one way or another, I'm sure. That's cool. That's cool. So, do you guys want to see the build video again? Shall I play that again? All right. Let me play that again then. So this is the process of the droid, and what I'll do then is, Spring, if you get ready, and we do one of the wheels, to do the filament, storm the shore and paddle. Yeah, we could have a storm paddling droid. That could be quite funny. Might be able to bring something with us. All right, okay, I'm going to hit this then, and we will be back with.
My name is Sam Prentice. I'm a UK robot builder. I've been building robots for the past 5 years. This particular robot is a 3D printed robot, fully 3D printed using Geeetech, PLA and Creality printers. The robot is based on the ALT droids from Star Wars. It's a lesser known robot from the likes of R2-D2, but certainly more fun to race around on uneven surfaces due to its track design. With the original concept design by Jake Lunt Davis, it didn't deviate too much from the original design work. Back to the ALT droid and let's talk numbers. This droid was printed at 0.2mm with an 8mm nozzle and 20% infill. The dome took a total of 5 days and 15 hours and weighs in at 2.9 kilos. The total weight of the droid in 3D printed parts alone is just over 10 kilos, which is pretty impressive, but you're still able to lift it. The body took 12 days and weighs in at 4.7 kilos. The legs took 11 days and weighed in at 3.74 kilos. The skirt took 2 days, 15 hours, 1.3 kilos. Collar, 3 days, 1 kilo. Lower plate, 1 kilo. Details and small parts around about 5 days and 2 kilos. And its total was 10.053 kilos. The print time came in at 40 days or 960 hours. Then we moved into sanding and painting, which was a couple of weeks worth of work. During that post-process time, I experimented with a number of colours. Luckily for me, I used graffiti paint to paint these type of models, which is basically a spray paint in a rattle can, which dries incredibly quickly. Of course, in the end, we settled for a red, grey, black and a kind of blue combo, which I think worked really well. Let's talk about how this moves. So there are some 3D printed options when it comes to tracks. However, I already had this set up for tracks. Q85 motors, which are off push bikes, and also a snowblower track system. As it happens, the track motors are incredibly precise and can be tuned to be very quick. That being the case, when it came down to speed controller, the Robotech SBL 2360T was certainly the weapon of choice. And I've been very, very impressed with the speed and configuration of the setup thus far. So there are of course a couple of people that I would like to thank. Spring at Geeetech, without you this obviously wouldn't have happened. Blake at Robotech, Mike B for the design, Lee for the track system, Graphicity for the graffiti paint, and of course all of you guys for subscribing and following the progress of this build. Special mention also to my wife Hannah, who has been putting up with me making this stuff for 5 years now, but long may it continue.
There you go. Back in the room. Back in the room. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. There he is.
Wow.
Really loud there now, Spring. Woo.
It's getting loud again.
Do it again, sorry, what?
I mean, is it loud again?
A little bit.
Okay.
They're
starting cooking.
Hello, Josh. Hope you're well.
This is the real life.
Yeah, it is. It is. £2,000.
Oh, Sam, can you? I think I can operate from my side. I try to find the link I shared with you about the Wheel of Fame.
The Wheel of Fame. Okay, let me pull that up a second. Let me see if I can do it then. 1 second. Okay, I've got it here if you want me to do it.
You can share your screen.
Yep.
Maybe we can add it to the screen. Add the screen in here, and everybody can see it. And
let me just do that, and then go back over here.
I'm not me cooking. My friends are cooking because we are here for like vacation, and we're trying to make it fun and doing some barbecue. And I'm taking a little bit of time here, so they are doing the cooking.
Okay, what are they making us?
A lot of things like vegetables, potatoes, and also some of for barbecue. You can imagine a lot of things.
Nice, very nice. I'll tell you what then, guys, I'm going to give you a couple more seconds to put your name into the chat. Okay, if you want to,
yes.
If you haven't done it already, whack it in now. Let's have a look. I've taken my name out of this because, well, obviously I've already been taking advantage of Geeetech's good willingness. So if you want to whack your name into the chat now, if you haven't done already, I will then add you to this list.
Yes. So we will have like 1 minute.
Chelsea, hope you're well.
1 minute. We'll have 1 minute. If you haven't signed for the form, you can type your name in the comments.
Absolutely. Chelsea's in there. Chelsea won the LED Neptune printer that I gave away on my live stream a couple of weeks ago. That was cool. I'm going to be doing another giveaway quite soon.
Good luck.
Make sure you're locked in. Just added through Google. That's Josh, is it? Okay, Josh.
We have Christian Adler.
Let's have a look.
Hello, Christian. Josh.
Okay. Who else have we got? Josh.
Lucky giveaway time is coming.
Saw the 5 kilo roll. There we go. Christian. Okay, 1 second. Bear with me.
Oh, there's also a short notice for the. If anyone wanna join us later for a short chat at the end of the live, you're welcome to join later. We will open the live stream to anyone if you wanted to join us just for a casual talk. Since this is going to be my last live stream, yeah, so kind of a farewell party.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm going to show you because a couple of people are asking about it. They're talking about. I'm doing some other work with another company at the moment, as you know, and
Yes.
they sent me some filament. Now, there's benefits and limitations to filament, of course, as we all know. Now, this.
Wow. Looks heavy.
This right here is 8.5 kilos of PLA. It's bigger than my entire head. It is huge. And of course, I don't have a spool to put it on. So I am going to be making another video coming up quite soon on some sort of maybe a droid that maybe supports this because it is hectic. It's massive. But you know, we were talking a little while ago, Spring, about is Geeetech ever going to make any big spools of filament? This is what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, you can just go for days and days and days on this. It is epic.
Wow.
We shall see what comes out of it. So they do a 4.5 kilo and a 2.3 kilo as well. But the limitation, of course, is that if you've got 10 printers and only one of these spools, of course, you're not going to re-spool it. So it's kind of, you know, unless you're doing something really big, that's probably one of the reasons why you would need that. But it's hectic. It's very hectic. Okay, hopefully then we've got the last couple of names coming in. We have, that'll go well with my with the CR30. Yeah, that video might be coming up quite soon. You'll have to wait and see on that one. I can do a roll like that. I bet you can, dear boy. Right, let's pop that back into the chat then. How do we do that?
So we have all the names here with us.
I think so. Is there any one that I've missed there? Martin.
Quickly go through it. See, we have everyone.
I don't see Matt's name in there. I'm going to put Matt's name in.
Yeah.
Here we go. Is there anybody else? Who else have we got? Who else have we got? Do I send it down, Sam?
Leo Moore.
Is that,
Did
sorry?
we add?
Is this?
Leo Moore.
Are you saying
Did
Neil?
we add he? This name?
Oh, yeah, Leo. Sorry. Okay. Oh, no, he's here. Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Oh, Matt said he already used his.
Hang on. Is Matt German not your real name? I had no idea. That's incredible.
That's his.
Hang on a minute. Stop the show. Stop the show. Wait a minute. Hold up. Right.
Right. Are we ready?
No, we're not. No, I want to know what Matt's real name is. We're not going any further until Matt tells us his real name, because I thought it was Matt German. Come on, Matt. The pressure's on now, dude.
Matthew.
No. Is it Matthew Zupspan, is it?
Yeah. It's that's
Wow.
his name.
Well, there you go. Okay. I thought it was going to be something really out there, guys. So I'm glad it wasn't anything sort of too crazy. That's my stage name. That's a stage name. Right, let's have this back to the stream then. I've not used this before. What have I got to do? I've just got to hit the button, have I?
We can count like a few numbers down and see where it stops and
Okay.
see. Yeah, press to end.
Shall I start the countdown then?
Yeah.
100, 99. No, I'm joking. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. And the first winner of the day is James Rook. You little monkey.
Whoa!
Look at that.
Congratulations, James. Oh, by the way, I will copy. I will share my Facebook account here. So if you win your this gift, you please contact me.
James is a good guy. He's a UK guy, and he does some incredible 3D printing and painting as well. He's a top bloke, actually. Top bloke. I'm glad he's won that. Excellent. Shall we go again?
Yes.
Okay. Hold tight. Here we go. We're spinning. Oh, Christian.
Right.
Well done. Well
Oh,
done.
well done. Congratulations, Christian.
That was close, Chelsea. Very close. Right, remove that one out of there. Are we doing all 5?
Yeah, we do 5.
Are you giving away a free printer today?
I tried. It's in my list. My wish list.
Okay. Here we go then. Right. 3, 2, 1, and we're away. Round it goes. Where it stops. There you go, Chelsea. Well done. Excellent. Excellent. So Chelsea
Excellent.
is very well known for her new 3D printing skills with the Neptune 3D print. Neptune 2 3D
Chelsea
printer.
is a lady or
Yes, she is. Yeah. She makes I'll say it like it is. She makes these coasters, concrete coasters, and she's also now started to make lots of different things with 3D printing. And yeah, definitely, if she puts up in the chat, if she hasn't done already, put up your Instagram stuff as well. She's Chelsea Cooper Restorations, I think it is. Very cool. Right, how many is that then? 3. We've got 2 more to go.
yes.
Here we go. Round we go.
Counting down.
And it's Liam Finn. Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Oh, by the way, we needed to check. Do we have everybody on the live? When we finish all of them, and we will check. Does all these lucky winners are on live or not?
Yeah. When do you leave? When do you physically leave, though?
I leave on Monday.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
Not long then. Okay. Well, I will contact James and I will contact the people that I know, so Chelsea as well, and I'll make sure they get in touch with you. And
Yes.
you know, we'll work that out. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Okay. How many more have we got to go?
So we had 3 already, right?
Yep. So we've got 2 more, and
2
then a 3D.
more?
Then we're giving away a 3D printer. No, we're not. We're not. Okay, we're spinning again. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Where it stops.
Here we go.
Congratulations.
Now, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Yover.
Yover. Yeah.
Congratulations. It is a sad day tomorrow. I did wake up this morning thinking, damn, this is spring's last day at Geeetech. What am I going to be watching next?
I'm still going to be somewhere.
Are you live stream? Are you hoping to live stream somewhere else? Is that where we're at?
Not sure yet. I haven't confirmed yet because I'm going to take a bit of rest.
Can you give us a clue?
Cool. What do you mean?
Well, can you give us a clue as to where you might be going to?
Currently, I'm still. So I haven't got any clue when I decided to leave. But I just the reason I wanted to move is because there are a lot of changes, and also for myself I want to take a little bit of a break.
That didn't answer the question, though, did it? I know you're not going to answer. I just figured I'd give it a go. Right, let's do. How many more have we got? 1 more have we got to go? Are you ready?
Yeah, one more.
Are you going to count down?
Yes, please.
Go on then.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Here we go. Final one of the day. Oh, Josh Hodnett. Well done, sir.
Josh. Well done. I think Josh had used to be lucky before.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, lucky him. Good for him. Good stuff. Well, that's the wheel of fortune done then.
Yes. Congratulations to everyone for winning the live stream giveaways.
Yep, and what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to post in the comments here the link that if you want to pop on and speak to Spring in person, wish her well, any of that kind of stuff, please do. You're more than welcome to pop on. We're going to do a relatively quick fire round. If you want to pop in, please.
Yeah, we just like virtual party.
That's it. That's it.
For sure, hello.
And Spring, are you going to do any dancing?
Oh, and I did not prepare it. Do you have any music?
I can arrange that. Yeah, I can. I was watching the other day that dancing around. That's it. Come on then. How did it go? Like that, was
With a little bit of music.
Right, first guest of the day is.
Let's welcome our first guest,
Here he is.
Matt.
Oh. This is going so well. I'll press it. There we go. There we are.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
There you go, Matt. Hope you're well, mate. What's going on?
Thank you. I'm pretty good. I'm good.
So you've done a lot of spring in the past week, Spring, obviously, or a couple.
Sorry,
I invited Matt to join in the previous live stream.
Yeah.
Only
so
one time, officially.
I saw you
But
do a
it's-
live stream last week, and you were on when I was on, and then I saw that Matt had jumped to the other channel, so that didn't go unnoticed. But completely different things anyway. Which is it was quite funny though. It was quite funny. But yeah, Matt, what's your feelings now? Spring's going. When did you find out?
A month ago, and I feel really sad about it. And I'm gonna miss her a lot.
Don't feel sad. I will still be here. Okay?
I know, we still keep in touch.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. And like I say,
Definitely.
I'm hoping for big things with Spring as well. I hope that this isn't going to be the last. And I certainly want her to come on and talk to us. So we find out what Spring did next. That's that for me would be pretty cool. And we spoke about that in the past, and it's definitely something I would like to try and keep in contact with people. And like I said earlier in this feed, guys, people buy from people. The branding is there as well, but it's important for people to remember that if you like the person that's selling the item, then it does go a long way as well. So very good, very good.
Yeah, I'm still friends with Geeetech, and also if you need any help, I will still try to help you out.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff. Like I say, the relationship will change. Obviously, this is my last stream with Spring, and we've done 3 or 4. Did we do 3 or 4 in the end?
4, I think.
I think we did 4, didn't we? Yeah.
4, yes.
One on Christmas Day when I was drunk. Which no one will forget, I'm sure. But like I say, coming on and doing these things, it's very empowering. It's positive stuff, and
Yes.
enormously thankful to you, Spring, for giving us that platform and allowing us to be able to talk about what we are passionate about. And Matt's come on, and you've been doing some droid parts as well. You've been doing some things with droids. So like I say, it opens up the doors to all this stuff. What's that? And the singing. Yeah, sorry about that, Carl. I did do a bit of singing on Christmas. Did I sing on the show? Did I sing on the show? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah, that was awkward.
Oh yes, you sing 2 times at least.
Oh yeah.
Did you share any class?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh well, there you go. Funny.
Glamorous Christmas.
That's right. That's really funny. Really funny. If anybody else wants to drop on, please do so now.
Come on, Jerry.
As I say, I know that Spring wants to go to the beach, and she's got a hike coming up. Is that right? Did you tell me that earlier?
Yes. We later we're going to have barbecue first, and we walk around. Tomorrow we're going to have the hiking.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. I think it's like my first time doing live stream, not in the office.
Yeah, because the other weird thing about that is that you guys had just put in a new studio, hadn't you?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin. Thanks, dude. Martin is going to be running to the hospital. I hope you're well and okay, Martin. Hope there's nothing sinister there. Wish you well, dude.
I wish your wife. I think it's your wife. Maybe you are taking care of your wife. Hope all is well.
Hope all is well. Yeah, cool. Excellent. So, do we have any other droid or spring-related questions? I tell you what. Are we ever going to get to the bottom of how old you are, Spring? Because we've been down this road before now.
Oh.
You never have, and the biggest, listen, you should never ask a lady her age.
Yeah, you know, in China it's very, very sensitive, especially for ladies who are like maybe 30 years old around. They are afraid to talk about age. And so when you are getting like 30 years old, like parents, friends always want you get married and stuff. Very sensitive.
I see. So, okay, so I think you've probably given us.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Actually, in the Facebook, it's my real age.
Oh, is it?
28. 28
okay.
to
29. You're a lot young.
I
thought you were a lot younger, actually. I thought you were a lot younger.
Oh, you thought I'm a lot younger?
Yeah, definitely. No, that's good. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. As I say, you made it out. It's a whole big thing, but I understand now. It's obviously a cultural thing as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, amazing. Don't look a day over 22. That's what Martin's saying. There you go. You old charmer, you.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking when I was like 18 years old, I look the same like what I am today, and maybe like after 18 years later, now I will be the same look like now.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I'm doing a lot of exercise, dance, yoga, and it's all about balance of life. You know, in China, most people work very hard. I still try to find a little bit of balance from work.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very hard for most of the people because you needed to. In China, it's you needed to work really, really hard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, but you've done that, haven't you? And I think, as I say, whoever you go to next, I think you're going to be a huge asset to them. So, yeah. Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. So, any other questions or comments, or shall we start wrapping things up?
Sam, what's your next project?
So the next project.
Any news coming?
Yeah. So the big roll of filament that I've got here is going to be used.
Oh, we got another guest.
Oh, have we? Oh God, here he comes. My stalker.
There comes another guest.
Oh no!
Welcome, Mark. Woo! That's a nice T-shirt.
Picture.
That is, yes.
I won't turn it around, Sam.
Let's have another look then, Mark. Let's get you on the big screen.
Oh, the curtain guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know you're in trouble when you get pictures of my face on your T-shirt.
Mark, what is the curtain? That's they mentioned. I don't. So you do curtain business.
No.
Yeah, it's a long drawn out process.
No, it's been a bit comical really with the curtains, because obviously there's a long story behind this. This house was given to us by mum and dad, and it's not been touched. This room. This is my man cave, where I design stuff on Fusion as well and print stuff like Sam does. As I know Sam for a long time. I've known Sam now for quite some years. And we have a bit of banter about me and being his little stalker. But it's all humour and friendly. He's a brilliant guy, and he's a good guy and brilliant friend. And I've got a lot of respect for the guys in the club. And that. So. But as I said to Sam just now in the chat, with that spool that you've given away, I've actually designed it. I've designed in Fusion. I've actually got one here. which I do. I've actually designed a few myself. This is an adjustable spool holder.
Oh, you made it by yourself, or you?
Yes, I've made it myself, so it virtually all sits together. When you take the two screws out, it virtually comes up together, or it adjusts out to suit any size spooler. Spool.
Well,
Yeah, the only
Good
thing with
one.
that, Mark, is that
it's like a rank to hold the spool, right?
the outer parts of this spool, mate, they're about 10 mil on each side.
Well, that is there, Sam.
I don't think that'll fit, mate. If I'm honest.
My spool is obviously that size.
It's adjustable.
Is that 2.3?
How big is that?
This is a 2.5 kilogram big one.
Oh,
Well, we'll have to have a nice measuring competition later then, won't we?
So,
is that
as I said, Sam,
you have a robot as well behind you?
Which one? That one.
Yeah. Oh, the one, the blue and the white one.
This is This is one of my latest ones.
Take care, Seamus.
Shall you show us? Can you show us? Wow,
Rex.
that's awesome. What do you call it?
It's just DJ Rex. Obviously, you can't hear it because obviously I've got.
Oh.
Roger control. All set to go. Woohoo! I'm getting the hang of this.
As one of the members sent over for States to me.
Nice.
That's really good. I've got some fan mail coming through this morning. I don't know who it's from. I've got a wild guess. I've just been sent a Lucasfilm mug and a Lucasfilm pack of playing cards and a Industrial Light and Magic pen as well. So thank you for that. And I believe Carl might have sent me this one.
Carl?
Carl, yeah, I think so. Anyway, I'll have a look.
What's that?
Well, this is apparently a replacement screen for the Creality CR6 SE. Apparently, it's a different style screen, and Carl was sent this, but he does not have that printer, so he doesn't know why he's got it, but he's got it. So I believe he sent it to me for testing, and I'll probably put a live stream together with this, and there he is. Job's a good one. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate that, mate. We put something together with that. Fabulous.
Looks nice.
Yeah, hopefully. But yes. Thank you, dude. So there we go. So what are you going to send Spring then, Mark? Are you going to send her a piece of your curtain?
If you send it, I know I'm friends with her on Facebook. If she wants, when the new curtains arrive and I put them up, I will be cutting this down into to fit for to giveaways and signed picture. So if you want one, Spring, you're more than welcome, and it'd be sad to see you go, my love.
Oh, really? That's really beautiful.
It's something. It's certainly something.
I think Max is really chuckling to himself.
Keep it tuned in because Mark doesn't know what he's getting yet, and I do. And so the idea was because people thought that was wallpaper, and it turned out to be a pair of curtains. And when we're doing some live streaming, it was pointed out that there was a pair of curtains, and they crowdfunded basically support to get Mark a new pair of curtains. So that's happening or happened, and you're just waiting to receive them now. Is that right, Mark?
I am, yes. Everybody's kept it a secret, which is good. So I've not seen it.
So when are you gonna to get it?
I can tell you, it's Hello Kitty.
It's Hello Kitty.
But it's flowers.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is what it is.
Just for the link. Oh no.
That's cool.
So what making next then, Sam?
Sorry?
What are
we doing next? Well, Nick?
So the next droid we're building is going to be, we're going to do a mini version of the ALT. It's not the version that you know; it's a different version, which is here. So that's the size of him. So we're working on a track system for that now, and that'll be the next one. In fact, I had the collar all printed up, and I was unplugging something, and I knocked the printer, and it's done a layer shift. So I was gutted about that earlier. Especially as it's been printing all night. But needless to say,
what scale is it?
Sorry?
What scale?
What's the scale?
So if you imagine that this one is 100%, this one will be 50%. So the guys in the group that we do the Friday night chat with, we wanted to do something a little bit bigger, but not so big that it's ridiculous. So we've teamed up with a variety of different people to make this droid, and it's going to be 3D printed tracks. We're using TPU. We're using a couple of weird and wonderful methods to do that. And again, we're going to be making some bigger droids in a revised kind of fashion. So like I say, I'm probably going to print it or paint it exactly the same as the big red one, so that I've just got something that reflects the work that I've already put into the other one. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then after that, I might do a chopper, or I might do a cheat. I'm not sure yet. Mike's talking about doing a TDO, 100% TDO. So rather than the head would be very much about this size and giant servos inside of it. And I kind of like the idea of a track-driven droid like that in that kind of way of working. So we shall see. I think they're going to use something like 30 kilo or 25 kilo servos in it. So it's going to be an absolute beast. And I guess we'll have to work a way up of making it foldable and stuff so we can put it away. But I do really like this robot. And I like the way that it moves. It's very much like Johnny Five from Short Circuit, the way that that kind of works. So tell me, Spring, what's the Geeetech
Stay tuned.
Easter special? Tell me a little bit about that.
What's Geeetech special?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think here is like free working atmosphere, like
that is free. The atmosphere is normally free anyway, isn't it? That's what we're doing.
I mean it's like when I'm doing the live stream, like I got the I can select the topic I want to make here, and also because I'm mainly responsible for the live stream, Yeah. And here through this, I got a chance to get to know so many of you, great friends.
Definitely.
Yes. And
speaking of great friends, where are your friends in the background that are making this food?
Oh, my friends. They are in a kitchen just next to me.
Okay, well, I think we need to see them.
You want to see them?
Yeah.
You need to wait a little bit of time, and I'll check if they want to come here and say hi.
Yeah, they can at least wave, can't they?
Yeah.
What else can we get her to do? This is great.
可以来 say hi 一下。他们要来吗？可以 say hi 一下。是男的女的？男的。
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What have you got to say, Mark? Anything inspiring?
Ready? Okay.
No.
I just you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so now it's okay. Before I was using earphone, I just take it off.
Oh, I see. I hear you're going swimming
This is
later.
my friend. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I hear you two going
Nice to meet
swimming
you.
later.
And we have a few other friends who will be busy with washing, cooking.
Ah, okay. Sounds
Barbecue.
good. Sounds nice. Sounds good. Sounds very good.
Yes,
Well, that's
yes.
brilliant.
Making the barbecue. Do you want to join us?
Yeah,
I would
sure.
love to. I'm happy.
Let's plan the next flight to China.
So continue. Yeah, so
Amazing.
next time if you are coming to China, you can come here.
We will. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We're going to do. We'll get something set in stone. It might not be till next year, but let's have a look at what we can get done. We pick the right time because it's quite humid, isn't it, in Shenzhen? Is it the same as Hong Kong? Is it very warm?
In Shenzhen, you mean the board?
No, it's in the heat.
Huh?
As in hot. Is it hot?
Oh yes, it's very hot, like 30 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, when we were in Hong Kong, I always remembered trying to kind of walk close to the shops, so you get a little bit of air conditioning as as you walk past, because it is just swelteringly hot out there, and the humidity is incredibly high as well. So yeah, sounds good though. Sounds good. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. I appreciate your time and coming to say hi and watch this live stream.
Anytime. Well, like I say, all the best for your future, Spring. We will stay in contact, of course. Thank you to Geeetech for sponsoring this build. Thank you to Matt and Mark as well for popping on. Thank you to you guys for watching at home. And congratulations to the winners of the Geeetech filament. I'm sure you'll have a whale of a time with that.
One thing, like, because Easter, do you celebrate Easter?
We do, yes.
We Geeetech said we are having some special deal. I'm just sharing the link here. So, if you guys have any needs on filaments printer, you can check it out.
Okay. We shall have a look then in that case. We shall have a look.
Yes.
So, Spring, lots of people saying goodbye. Thanks for the streams. Yeah, I mean, like I say, Spring, you've done incredibly well, and we look forward to seeing you on more streams in the very near future.
Yeah.
Excellent.
For me, I really appreciate my time starting last year in because COVID started. I lose the job because my company closed. I used to work for an Israeli company, doing I was executive assistant to CEO for about almost 5 years, and
Wow.
then due to this, things happen unexpected. So I had to reconsider my career, and then I that's why I moved to Shenzhen. And I think I appreciate that Geeetech gave me a chance to start in high tech and in live stream. This is new to me. And of course, I had a lot of experience myself. Like before, I always in my spare time I go to join Toastmasters meetings for practicing my English and also presentation skills. And also, other than that, I also go to join some special events. So it's a lot of. I think it's everything you have done in the past can converge you into a new path.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I say best of luck, Spring. Thank you for watching at home, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, see you. But definitely, like we said, I will see you in your live stream.
We will, yeah, we will, and I'll hold you to that as well. And I want you singing and dancing on the next stream. So, get the music queued up for that.
Yes,
right.
yes.
We'll see you next
Great
time.
time with you.
Say again?
Great time with you guys.
Great time with you, as always, Spring. Thank you so much. See you soon. Take care.
Good job, Spring.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.